And there's a great question here from Raj, which I think echoes probably my questions and lots of people's questions about, how could you possibly believe that God exists in the middle of everything you're going through? And, when you don't see him necessarily at work in your life. And so what Raj says is, Pastor Tim, could you please relate a time in your life when you did see God's power manifest so clearly that no other explanation is plausible?
No. Now I'll tell you why. I would say that I actually do not doubt the existence of God, because the evidences I've seen are cumulatively overwhelming. But I think what the questioner is asking is, did you have a particular instance, some event that all by itself was enough to say, now I know there has to be a God? No. And I'm not sure I would know now, partly because this is one of the reasons why I think British people like me a little more than a lot of Americans, is I'm a skeptical person. I tend to be skeptical. I'm just not, and therefore, because I tend to be skeptical, I can't imagine one thing that would happen that would make me say, well, there can't be any doubt, because you can always doubt. But cumulatively over the years, both intellectually and personally and socially, I've seen people change. I've experienced people that I don't believe are capable of the great things that they are capable of without God. I've thought these things out. I mean, Justin is, in some ways, your whole program there is all about why Christianity actually does make sense, and the alternatives make less sense. That's one of the reasons I'm a Christian, is that the alternatives, I don't have all the answers, but the alternatives have even fewer. Yeah. And if you put the intellectual and the social and the experiential, and right now the reality of God that I'm experiencing in my prayer life, all together, I'm just over the top in certainty. But I can't give you one, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure there is one, but that's because maybe I'm a Tim Keller skeptic.
No, that's really helpful, and I've very often felt the same. If someone asked me to name one specific thing that made me certain God existed, you can always give some, it could always be the cheese I ate for dinner last night or whatever it is, but when you bring all of them together, it's much harder to refute that, because you're having to refute all kinds of lines of evidence and experience and so on.